My name is Florinda Santagwensi, and the General Secretary for Wuhan's chapter, and I'll be presenting. Okay, so Nugs Wuhan is actually represented by 7 universities, and we have about 30 members, of which 5 haven't completed their registration. So we actually have 25 registered members as at the time I submitted the report. But after that, we've had about 5 people register. In the administration, so we have Mr. Nyantechi George as the president, Mr. Eric Kwekubuabin as the vice president, myself, Bonsi Lorinda Santiwa, as the general secretary, Mr. Francis Atasapon as the financial secretary, Ahmed J. Nathaniel as the organizer, and Ms. Esiedu Faustina as the women's commissioner. Okay, so Wuhan 2023-2024 executive, we were actually inducted into office quite late because we were having a hard time getting people to take up the position. So we actually started our work in September, so latter part of last year. So we quickly planned our year. So our action plan for 2023-2024, the first on our list was the Aquaba, the freshers Aquaba, to welcome the freshers and all that. And then the second one was the Christmas and New Year celebration. We had the Valentine's Day celebration, Independence Day celebration. Can you please scroll down? AFCON, campus outing, assisting members in their next plan after graduation, academic seminars and conferences, assisting members and guiding them on journal publications. And the last one is the Excellence Awards. Next, please. Okay, so these are our achievements. So Nugs Wuhan Chapter Executive Board of 2023-2024 has been able to successfully organize many impactful programs, one of which programs was organized on the 16th of December 2023 with a theme, Efie End of Year Reunion. This program was initially supposed to be the freshers Aquaba, but due to difficulties in getting a venue, pulling the crowd and other challenges, we decided to stop having it altogether. But with an order from NEC, we had to still do it, but at the end of the year. And Nugs Wuhan also organized another online program on the 5th of April 2023 with the theme, Unlocking Opportunities, Everything About Business Registration and Visa in China, with Mr. Kwame Entry, the founder of Ubuntu Consulting as the resource personnel, alongside with Mr. Bajimensa Emmanuel, taking us through the list of schools with open admissions and scholarships, as at the time we had the program, and all other information we needed on school applications. So Nugs Wuhan, in collaboration with Nugs Anhui, Xi'an, Wukong chapters, organized programs specifically for women with the theme Hormonal Imbalance in Women on October 29, 2023, presented by Dr. Mrs. Gloria Francesca Alonuvo, an obstetrician or gynecologist from Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, Ghana. Nugs Wuhan again featured in the 3rd edition of the National Women's Quiz, which was held online on the 19th May 2023. And Nugs Wuhan assisted the Wuhan Black Stars football team financially in the AFCON tournament, and we won the cup. So, and our first general meeting was on the 25th of November 2023. So below are the flyers for the programs, and these are the activities we participated in. So the first one was the cultural display in John and University of Economics and Law. And the second one is the AFCON 2024. Okay, and these are our challenges, or the challenges we are facing as a chapter. The first one is unwillingness of the Ghanaian students to join the union, and most especially register, has been a great challenge for us after the COVID, because Nugs-China used to be one of the active chapters, but after the COVID, a lot have changed. So Wuhan has over 100 Ghanaian students across different universities, but only a few have joined and registered with the union. And again, most members do not show up for programs, be it online or in person. And the few registered have also refused to pay their dues. And members are not also willing to take up positions. So these are our major challenges. The conclusions and way forward. So this union should find a way to organize more exciting programs in order to bring the union back to life. And the union should also find a way to educate the people on the benefits and the importance of joining the union. And the amount of 200 RMB for the dues, we think if we can break it down into like 50 per semester for them, or 50 per half of the semester or something, or we should just in general break it for them to pay it, then at least it will encourage them, especially the students who are not on scholarship. And Nugs-China chapter is grateful for the continued faithful cooperation, support, and encouragement from the national executives, and especially to the members from John University of Economics and Law, signed by myself, Wensi Lorinda Santiwa, as the General Secretary, and Mr. Nyantechi George as the President. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Over to you, FC for Wuhan. Mr. Francis, you can take over.
Okay, so thank you, Laurentia. Thank you very much. Thank you, the House. Please, can they project our financial
it's being projected. Yeah, sure.
So thank you very much. So, taking over from the Secretary. We lose our executive batch. We took over quite late, and we just started with rolling out with our own action plans, and we were able to achieve some of them. Some we couldn't. So let me just go through our financial statement. This is just a receipt and payment account, and the money that we received from the past executives were 5,144 RMB. Please, can you scroll down a bit? Can it be scrolled down? Okay, yeah, thank you. So we took over 5,144 from our predecessors. Then we also collected, no, please don't. Okay, so yeah, we collected dues of 2,400 from about 13 members. Some paid partially, of which I'll show the details later on. And we organized a Fianifie Aquaba night, it was also an end of year party. So with this, we sold some tickets, and we also incurred some expenses. And out of it, we were able to, in the long run, we just get some surplus of 250 RMB, and all of this, adding them, accumulating them together, we had total receipt of 7,794 RMB. Then we made some payment. What were the payments? The payments were basically remittance to the national of 1,100. So the balance before this is just to explain what is in the main financial statement. So let's go on. So we took over 5,144. This is the breakdown of the dues payments. Can you scroll down a bit? Yeah. So these are the names of people who paid dues. Some paid fully, some paid partially. So in our assets, the time that we were closing the account, we've received some money, which we are going to later on find proper ways of allocating it. and then maybe perhaps revise this this receipt and payment account. So overall, we received 2,400 RMB from total membership, and we paid 1,100 to national as remittance. You can scroll down, yeah. So for our carbon nights, go down, scroll down. So for our carbon night, we sold some turkeys, and with the turkeys, we sold 2,140. Yeah, we were able to get about 30 people, 30 plus people who attended the program. And this was the money that we got from it. We had some sponsorship also from some people who helped with that. And out of it, we were able to get 2,540 RMB. And with this, we also made some payment with foods, venue costs, and other expenses in all. We had the total costs that we made were 2,290, and overall we got 250 RMB, which was added to the initial amount that we got, which was 5,144. And adding that to the dues, so the dues we had 2,400, we remitted 1,100 to National FC, which meant that it was remaining 1,300. So accumulation of 1,300 plus 250 plus the money that we took over. Now, subtracting our expenses from it, now we are just left with 6,694, which is currently in our coffers, and we are currently, still waiting to get a full board for executive. So once everything goes on well, and be able to maybe vote and elect new executive, this is the money that we are going to hand over to them. So this is being signed by me, Francis Atosapon, and also the president, George Nantechi. So thank you very much. Yeah. So that's just it for Nus Wuhan. This is just our money issue. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. FC. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Congressmen and women, please, the floor is open for question, correction, Wuhan chapter.
Yeah, Madam Moderator, can I come in, please?
Yes, please.
Yes, I realized one thing, and then maybe subsequently let's take note of that. If you are able to receive any dues, because I think I pointed this out in the other chapters. If you're able to receive dues after submitting the usual financial statements to the National SC, we would plead that for purposes of auditing, we shouldn't include such balances when we are doing the Congress for this year. We would rather allow that such balances should be added to next academic year's entries, because, like I said, auditors have already started auditing, and then the balances that were sent to us are not the same as what we are seeing here. Now, if you're going to accept this as a working document, it is going to bring some sort of discrepancies here and there. So we would just advise that any balance or any dues that we receive after we've sent the National FC's financial statements to them, let's keep those balances and then accumulate them as dues received for the next academic year or something. I think that would rather help.
Okay, so can I come in?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So for the receipt and payment account that I presented, it doesn't include any additional receipts. So this one is going to tally with the one that you have. Yeah. So for us, we didn't do
then I don't want to maybe disclose, but because what I saw was that you mentioned 2,400 as membership dues, right?
Yeah. So check
2,400 as membership dues, right?
Yeah.
I just want to confirm.
You can confirm, yeah. That's just it.
Is that 2,400?
Yeah.
Then maybe I may have to get back to the appropriate authorities, because what we have isn't tallying with what you are presenting to us. So I don't know where the issue is. That was why I was saying that maybe you might have received certain dues after you presented that to the National FC. This is Wuhan, right?
Yeah, this is Wuhan, yeah. Check. I've not modified it. So maybe you verify, you check it and
okay,
get back.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so in this case, any word from the National FC on this? because it
Sure.
seems
I think if the national AC is online, he can clarify that for us.
okay, I think, yeah, it's not online yet. So that means that with this, we can't fully accept Wuhan's financial report, but we can go ahead and then accept their chapter report if there is no question on that. Then later we look at how to cross-check everything and then we finalize it. Please, is that okay with the House? Please, can I be heard?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Loud and clear.
I think oh sorry, I didn't read my hand, but I think we should wait for this one, then we can assess all.
Okay, so we should wait for their financial listing. Okay. Well
Yes,
noted.
please.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll hold on and then we finalize everything here. So the FC for Wuhan, please kindly work on that and then let's get a final report. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hello, Loisha. So
Good work done. Yeah.
as you work on now,
Yeah, the audit committee man is saying there's a difference. So maybe if you can work it out between him and the national,
so
I think it has to tally. Yeah.
I would have
Okay,
preferred
you can speak. You can speak, please.
I would have prepared the national FCC here so that he could
He
verify
can.
what
Oh, okay.
document.
Yeah,
Because
but I think he's not
Yeah.
around. I called him, he's not around. So you can contact him and then clarify that. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, I'm sure. Thank you very much. Good work done. So we move to the next chapter, which is Guangzhou. So I'll call on the Guangzhou secretary, Mr. Munawa. Please, you can take over. Because of time, we just mention the portfolios and then you go down so that we move. Mr. Munawa, please, can you hear me? Mr. Munawa. Mr. Munawa, please, can you hear me? Okay, so I think Guangzhou is not ready. So we go straight to Hangzhou chapter. Hangzhou chapter. This is the president here. President for Hangzhou chapter. Please, are you here?
Okay, this is David, the financial controller.
Okay, are you going to present for the secretary as well, the end of year report?
Yes, I'm presenting on her behalf.
Okay. Let me project the report for you so that go ahead. Okay. Okay. Please, you can go ahead.
Okay. Scroll down for me.
Sorry.
My name is David Amankran, the financial controller for Hangzhou chapter, and I'm presenting on behalf of our chapter secretary, who is not available now. These are the chapter executives. We have Leslie Afote Odai as our president, Osumensa Solomon as our vice president, Abigail Osewusu as our secretary, and Amankran David, financial secretary, Ansa Jackson as organizer, and Ajapon Juliana as our women's commissioner.
Okay.
So over the period, these are the various programs that we were able to organize successfully. Meet and greet was organized on the 21st of October, 2023. After that, we had breast health matter program in collaboration with Shanghai, Nanchang, and Zhejiang chapter on the 28th of October, 2023. And then we had Bronya Amakan and Homebound night on the 24th and 25th December, 2023. And then, please, can you go down a bit?
Okay, sorry.
And up. I'm still on the activities.
Okay.
Okay, and then we also had one activity called Effective Research and Guidance Team in collaboration with Shanghai and Nanchang on the 12th of January 2024. And finally, we had a program on machine learning with Python in collaboration with Huzhou chapter. This program was organized every Saturday in the month of March 2024. Let's go down. So our chapter, we face some challenges, and some of them are low attendance to programs due to various endeavors of members' inability to pay their dues, partly due to excuses that they gain no benefit from Nugs, and third, inability to know the exact number of members in the chapter, as some identified Ghanaian students in the city do not associate with the group. And some recommendation for the incoming administration. Conscious efforts have to be done to evangelize the benefit of the association or the chapter or the news activities to members to encourage them to join. And then we also recommend that conscious effort to contact and trace members in various schools in collaboration with current students to help raise awareness of news program and enhance smooth member executive relationship. In conclusion, we say the year 2023-2024 academic year has been very fruitful and smooth due to the good effort of the executive, moderate cooperation for the members, and support from the national executives. We are hoping that the above challenges can be dealt with by the incoming executives. So this is the report for Anjo chapter.
Okay, thank you very much. Are you going to present also
I'll
the financial statement?
I'll present the financial statement.
Okay.
Please, do you have it?
Yeah, Hancho.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have it. It's going to be projected.
Okay. This is our the chapter financial statement. We came into administration. We received a balance or income of 1,752.48 RMB from the previous administration, and then we managed to collect 2,575 RMB dues from our members. So these are the income statements. And then please, can you go down? Our expenditure for the period. Okay. Our expenditure for the period as follows. We remitted 1,175 to the national, and then we organized a welcoming party which cost the chapter 736.36 RMB, and then we did a pickup for some students from the University of Ghana who were here for an exchange program. So we spent 35 RMB on their pickup, and then we also spent 100 RMB on homebound nights that we organized, and we also contributed 100 RMB to a fundraising organized by the National FC. So our total expenditure for the period was 2,146.36 RMB. So deducting our expenditure from our revenue, we left with 2,181.12 RMB as money that we are leaving behind for the next administration to take over. Please, can you go down? So the following information, the information below or the table is members who have paid their dues. Some have fully paid and some also have made part payments. I think the rest of the information are the explanation for the various items in the statement. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Madam Moderator, can I come in, please?
Please, who is speaking?
This is Paul from Anhui chapter.
Okay, Mr. Paul, please, going forward, please, if you have anything to say, you can raise your hand so that I
Oh, yeah, sure.
can
All
just
right,
see from
sure.
here. Yeah,
I'll
thank
do
you.
that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yes, Hanjo, right? Thank you so much for that report. However, I do see some, I don't know, maybe if it would be an oversight, maybe you can just work around that. The dues collected as against what has been paid to national doesn't tally. I don't know where the issue may be. If we can just go back to the financial statements, because I see 1175, and then that's against the remittances being paid. I mean, dues collected. If you say dues collected is 2575, and we are paying 1175, I don't see. Can you explain that? I don't know if maybe.
Yeah, the reason is that, those who made full payments, we divide 50-50, 50% to the national and 50% to the chapter. However, those who made the part payment, some will say, "Oh, I'm making this part payment 50 for nationals. Later, I will add, I will make another part payment which will be allocated to the chapter." So, some will make the part payment for chapter, and then after I will enter it. So later they will not make complete the payment for the rest. So that's how the differences.
You know what we can do, and of course, maybe the house may maybe accept that. Anytime we receive monies from members, we shouldn't apportion it as this being for national or this being for chapter. So if it is 10 Kwai or 10 RMB that we receive, we just divide it as 5 for national and then 5 for chapter. Because it will come to a time that people would only just be paying the dues to the chapter level at the expense of the national. But of course, we are not seeing the national additional importance, no. Because I even see reported for chapter and then 0 for national. So it means that this 50 RMB is in the coffers of the chapter, but not 50% being paid to national. And I don't think that is a good way of doing an accounting system. All right. So please, let's try as much as possible to get these corrected, because like I said, auditors have already started work. And then with these discrepancies, it would be quite difficult for us to move ahead going forward. All right. So, and then again, I may want to also pass this across. If the national president and then the vice president, as well as other committee members are on board, can we have the financial reports or statements of these individual chapters sent to the auditing committee for further action, please? I would humbly ask.
Okay, thank you very much for the suggestion and also for the request made. Yeah, so the president will get back to you on that. Yeah, he'll get back to you on that since you made that request directly to him. So he will get back to you on that. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. So please, is there any other question? Okay, I think one person's already spoken, so because of time. So please, House, there's no other question. Can someone move for the acceptance of their reports? And another person also seconds, unless otherwise. Please, can I be heard?
Yes, please, you can be heard.
Okay. Please, can someone move for the acceptance of the reports and then second, so that we move to the next chapter. We have 2 more chapters and time is already fast spent. We're hoping to finish in the next 10 minutes, so. Okay, Miss Princess, please, you can go ahead.
In the absence of further omissions or additions, I would move for the acceptance of Hanjo's report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, any seconder? Okay. Mr. Chua from Siam, please, you have the platform.
I defeated 2 hours with a motion that the 100 chapters will be accepted.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, 100 chapters report has been accepted as a working document, and as requested by Mr. Paul, the president will get back to him on that. Yeah. Thank you very much. So we move to the next chapter. So I'll call on Chansha chapter to present their report. Elder Felix, please, you can take over.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, you can go down for me.
Okay.
All right, so Chancellor chapter happens to be a re-established chapter. And for our case, we have members seated in only one university and 25 membership. And however, most of them have not registered, but 10 have been registered duly. So as I said, we came on board somewhere 14th of October last year. And we link up with the leadership, and the leadership really widely opened their doors for us. They help us fast-track things. We did registration for some members and other things, and anything we were up to them, they were open to us. So basically, we don't have all the leadership functional at our end, but we have the president being Richmond Anaman, Telescopy. I'm acting as the financial secretary, controller, and the same as the secretary here. And we have organizer, Engineer Eugene, who to empower as organizer. So please move on. Yeah, so as I said, because we established chapter, we don't have many portfolios working here. So we don't have chapter committees, but we try to outline or have some plans, so projections, and of which we're able to do that. So we could see that we registered some members. It was the responsibilities are also there. I will not go through, and the data are there for you to see. We have members representing us at the international exhibition. We crafted our own constitution for the sake of our own activities. And we also had our first General Assembly. We have a program, we teamed it, a talk on life after a graduation, food bazaar, socialization. We celebrated with our graduates, and finally we had a handover. Please, you can move on. Yeah, quick one. Yeah, so in the year under review, we had new appointment of new executives and 4 portfolios were filled here. So we have Isaac Richard Malan, President, Justice Anor Asara, the Secretary, and Beda Kofi, Samson Kofi, Inti as the organizer, and the financial controller is Vera Samuel. Colon. Yeah, so please, you can proceed. You can just move to the next page here. So, and this is the run-up of our activities or some of the achievements as it was outlined. So we members represented the chapter in a way of people who say we put Ghana on the map. You know, it was international program, so they were there to showcase the rich culture of Ghana and also leverage on some international stuff. So, and we also had our organizer representing the men on the ticket of the chapter. Actually, the chapter released him. So during the debate program, he was there, and I think the men won. I stand to be corrected. And we also had a program Life After School, which was organized to help members, because at times the fear of the future, a fear of the unknown, and people are in between the road. They don't know what to do after school. So we have this lady who has had a personal experience after school here in China, and she's in Ghana recently, and she did well. She did a good job. It was actually an informative program. We had food bazaar, and I think some pictures will be there to make my presentation very easy. So you can move on. Yeah, so we did transport, let me say, leadership. So this is, go on, please, can go on. So this is actually the depicting the program we are doing the international program organized by the school here. And these are our members showcasing the nice attire costumes. You see that our organizer is in the one in the smoke. And you could see he's very busy with the staff. So it was beautiful time for our people to represent us. And you also have this program with our dear sister, Sarah Bedu. I think she was former Nugs member, executive. And this is the food bazaar. You could see men at work. But unfortunate aspect is that we don't have women in our chapter. So if other chapters will loan us some women, yeah, their safety is secured, you know. Yeah, so we can go on. So if you have any recipe to contact us, these are kind of the assorted food we prepared. And as I said, go on, please. Yeah, as the debate, our organizer in the middle, position in the middle, represented our chapter during the debate section. So please go on. Yeah, so this is a snapshot of the handover section we had, and you see the pictures. I think the Vice President made mention of the new executive, so I don't have to waste much time on this. Please, you can go down some more for me. And these are the challenges outlined. So actually, we expect that members from other universities will be on board, but as it is a new, as it stands now, we are still trying our best. So this is the problem now. We don't have members from other universities, which is not the best, and limited members. Sorry, participation is not encouraging, but we are still trying our best. And as we are moving on, we are handing the mountain and encouraging members' dues payment is also an issue. So the conclusion and way forward is we are expecting that even though it's a new phase of activities here in the chapter, but we expect that the new executive will boost the chapter's activities with engagement of another program that are likely to make the group active and still kicking. Yeah, so actually, this is reasonably some achievement we had and some few challenges outlined for us, you know. So myself, Felix Kopi, I just appended or assigned to this as a true reflection of what is happening at our chapter, and my president to did justice to that. So thank you. This is actually a brief of our reports. Yeah, so yeah, that is it.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Felix. Financial
Sorry, I
report.
couldn't open my camera because my background is not all that good. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
So we are projecting your financial reports.
Sure.
Yeah, it's going to be it's being projected. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll humbly plead with the auditsman before. I think he's really meticulous and is doing the job. So maybe if there are lapses here, he'll bear with us. We will do our best to correct them, but it is not intentional. Yeah. So I would like to say that per the constitutions or the requirement, we did our best to collect these dues from members, and we had 1,200. And as the constitution says, stay with us and the rest to the national. So giving these monies to the financial controller, the national. So these are the names of members who pay their dues. So please, you can go down for me. The remittances. Please, can you move on because of time? Can you hear me?
Sure, we can
Hello.
hear you.
Can I be heard, please? Yeah. So actually, the dues in our own, based on members' strength, one of our organizers' father passed on, and we mourn with him as people from, let me say, more traditional people or people who respect our customs. We cannot just allow him to mourn daddy alone. So we try to come together as a committee, executive and members. This one is not from the dues. It was out of our own will. We contributed 600 to support our dear organizers for this funeral. Yeah, so I think I should have done some corrections. So please, the overview, the money there should have been 600, which will be handed over to the incoming or the current financial secretary. So please, that one will be corrected, and actually I'll send the corrected version to the appropriate courtesy. So thank you very much. This was actually confirmed by myself and the president, the past president, outgoing president. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I see a hand up.
Okay.
I see a hand up. Yeah. Techiwa from Sian, please. You can take the floor.
I think this for the from the other one. I didn't lower my hand.
Oh, okay. 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 So that means that Chansha, you're going to make some changes to your documents, right?
Not entirely. I think only the finance, the money that is with the local should be sent to be handed over to the finance secretary now was his, and I think Arosis. I don't know why it's still 100. That is the only only problem.
Okay. Over to you, Congress. The floor is open. Please, any question for Nanchan chapter? Sorry, for Chansha.
Chansha.
Chansha, sorry. Sorry, Chansha chapter.
Yeah.
Okay, I see a hand up. Mr. Malam from Chansha, please, you have we can talk.
Okay, so mine is not a question. I think that you've asked for whether there is any question, and there are no questions or any contributions from Congress. So standing on that, I, Isaac Richard Malan, delegates from Chansha, move for the acceptance of our report, subject to the changes that our officer says he's going to make. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Please, any seconder? Okay, Engineer Eugene, please, you can take over.
Yes, please. I, Eugene Ansan, Uswampa of Chansha chapter. I second the motion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Chansha chapter, your report is accepted on grounds that you make changes to the amount stated in the financial report, that aspect. So, please, Secretary, Other Felix, please, you have to make that change and resend the document back to the Congress page.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll be waiting for it here. Thank you very much. Okay. So we'll move to the next chapter, and that is Nanjing chapter. So I'll call on the secretary, Mr. Godfred Boache Yadam. Please, it's time to read your reports for Nanjing. Yeah, this Nanjing chapter. Please, can you hear me, Mr. Godfred? Please, can I be heard?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you very much. Is the FC around? Miss Clara? The FC for Nanjing chapter. Miss Clara, please, are you around? Let me check through there. That's honest. Okay. Then I'll call on the president to do as the honors. Madam Stephanie, please kindly help us with the Nanjing reports. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, please, can I be heard?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay. So I would move straight to the membership. Nugs-China chapter consists of members schooling in over 10 universities of the city of Nanjing. And as a matter of fact, the chapter can boast of an appreciable number of members, the executives. So on September 15, 2023, the tenure of office was handed over us, and we took charge of office. I, Stephanie Chagley, I'm the president. Godfred Fosu Boacheyado, Mr. General Secretary. Apia Clara, financial controller, and Wilfred Atayanki is the organizer. Next page, please. We had two subcommittees. That's the sports committee and the welfare committee. And the sports committee was made of Stephen Ose Apia, who was a chairperson, and he is a former NEC president. We had Daniel Apia Kuma, who was a vice chairman, and Osei James Efriye, who was also a member. Aside, we the executives were already in office. And we had the welfare committee, which comprised of Ella Marie, the chairperson, I, Stephanie Chagdi, and Apia Clara. Activities for 2023-2024. The resumption of our tenure of office in September 2023, we had a welcoming of a new student, meeting new students at the arrival point. We had an orientation for new students about China and the union, and students who had no Ghanaians in their schools. We were able to speak to them and encourage them to be able to pursue their studies whilst they are here. We guided new students in their initial searching and activities such as residence permits and opening of banks. On 5th October 2023, in relation to our welcoming of new students, we had a Nanjing tour. We visited the Nanjing Massacre, the Nanjing Eye. On October 6th, 2023, we had our hiking. We visited Purple Mountain, and we had a dining, and we discussed issues pertaining to Ghana. October 2023, we also had a periodic visitation where we were visiting members from school to school, and this was during a period of time, so it wasn't on a particular time. From October to February 2023, during the cold period, we had a project entitled Clothing the Code, where we received warm clothes, and much thanks goes to NEC for supporting our project and making it a success. And in every day or on our daily activities on the page, we make sure we wish members who are celebrating their birthdays. And in December 2023, we visited a game mall and we had an indoor game activity. On 1st January 2024, we had a New Year's picnic, and it was also at an indoor gaming activity, and was at Xinjiang, which is also in Nanjing. During the Chinese New Year holiday, thank you very much, we had a competition with another country, Nigeria. We had a football competition, lime and spoon, athletics, cooking competition. And also, we had a movie time and we watched together. On 11th March 2024, in celebration of our Independence Day and our Cultural Day, we decided to group ourselves into 4 ethnic groups, which didn't happen as much, but we still had the celebration where members came in their dresses and to represent themselves in terms of Ghana. We had music, we had dance, we had football, we had baseball, we had tennis, and we had also the delights of enjoying African meals. On 1st May 2024, which was our last program, we visited the Glass Bridge. We had a walk on the bridge. We played board games and we had hot seats, and members also engaged in such activities. Challenges. Okay, thank you. Our batch of executives face several challenges that we worked around the clock to solve. Pertinent among these challenges is the inactiveness of members during local programs. Concerning our backlog, the Nugs-China chapter should have at least 100 members. However, our local programs often see less than 30 people in attendance. Despite this, we continuously held our programs and interested members turned up. Furthermore, there was the issue of financial constraints for some members. Evidence to prove the existence of this challenge is the dues payments made by a few members in our financial report submitted to the National Financial Controller. Sometimes the issue had a tremendous impact on the chapter's activities. In conclusion, one big challenge encountered during our tenure was the cleanup exercise proposed by NEC. This action greatly affected the participation of members in our chapter's executives, as some affected senior members began to pay a deaf ear to our calls. In conclusion and projections, our tenure of office is slowly coming to an end. Nonetheless, we look forward to assisting the next batch of executives to serve the Ghanaian students in Nanjing. Our programs have been successful, and we are in constant talks with members to fully encourage and fully engage in chapter chapter activities. So this report was signed by our secretary, Boachi Adam Godfred, and I, Stephanie Chagley, also signed.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Madam President, can proceed to the financial reports.
Okay. Can I be heard?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay. So the financial report is based on receipt payment account as at June 30th, 2024. So the balance was 6,049.8 RMB. Membership dues 1,070. The total receipts were 7,219.81. General expenditure was 1,239.99. National dues remittance was 600.00 RMB. The total balance was 5,279.82. This represents the total passed on by the preceding financial controller and the balance in the account as of September 24th, 2023. Membership dues as a state of, okay, I think, can you please go forward so that I can just go through it? Okay, so these are the members that have paid their dues so far as a state of June 30th, 2024. We have 4 people who have fully paid their dues, 2 who have paid half, and 1 who has paid quarter, and the other person has just paid a bit of it. Can you please scroll up? Okay, yeah, just here. Yeah, okay. So the general expenditure in activities with the other country, the other national, Nigeria, on the Nigerians Independence Day on 30th September 2023, we spent an amount of 60 RMB. National Games on 3rd October 2023, we spent 180 RMB. Akwaba Week celebration, we spent 189.40 RMB. In our project Clothing the Code, we spent 71 RMB. In our Independence Day celebration, we spent 234.95 RMB. In our May Day outing, we spent 504.64 RMB. National dues remittance. Can you please scroll up? Okay, so let me just, okay. So this represents the percentage of total membership dues of Nugs-China paid to the national chapter, which is a total of 600 RMB. Okay. Yes, and please, this document is signed by our financial controller, Clara Apia, and it was signed by me, Stephanie Chagley. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Madam President, for your chapter report and your chapter financial report. Yeah, so Congress, please. The floor is open for questions and nominations, I think, for Nanjing chapter. Yeah. I see a hand up. Mr. Ben, Anhui chapter, please. You can go ahead. Mr. Ben, from Anhui, please, you have the floor. Okay. Father Godfred, please, you can go ahead. You can raise your hand. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. My concern is with the cleanup of the whole pages. In her challenge, she mentioned that affected some of the, in quotes, the old statement, and therefore it has not really helped. What were some of the grievances? Because I remember NEC explained to us that there is a separate page for some of the older people, and then the cleanup is actually for our good. And secondly, the dues payment is meant to be a 50% of what has been paid, and 600 was given as a remittance to national. I would want to ask, why so? Because I saw 1,070 as their total dues being collected. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
Madam SG, sorry, I think my network went off a bit. Can I be heard?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
So apologies once again, but my concern is with the first one that colleague Godfrey just mentioned. I think she should reconsider, as Godfrey has said. It can't be a challenge as it's been put across, and so she should respectfully take a look at it again, and left to me alone, it should be expunged as a challenge, but the whole house is still considering. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Please, any word from you, Madam President, from Nanjing?
Okay, so in addressing both issues at the same time, so let me start with the bottom, the issue with the finance. I think I'll just pass the information to my financial controller to deal with it. And the issue with the cleanup exercise. So Nanjing mostly have the old people. We mostly have the old people on our pages, and it was quite a difficult task for us. I think the next presidents can even vouch for it. Some of them even DM'd him and all that. So that is a challenge because they were able to infiltrate the new members, and most of them were unwilling to pay their dues, even though some of them attend our program. So most of our programs were based on you come, you pay, and you enjoy. Yes, because they were unwilling to pay their dues due to the cleanup exercise. So that is how come that was a challenge to us. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so Madam SG, sorry, respectfully, it should then be captured as maybe unwillingness to pay dues, but then it should be separate from the cleanup exercise. Well, like colleague Godfrey said, the communications were clear to everybody. Seniors who had finished and were on our pages were to move on to the alumni page. And that was a straightforward something. And so if the new ones were unwilling to pay, we would capture it as unwillingness to pay dues, and we'll leave it as such. And let me use this opportunity to also urge us, let's send that signal. Willfully refusing to pay your dues, in the unlikely event of anything, the union should distance itself. I think we keep going forward and coming back with this thing. If you will not pay, no problem. No one can force anybody to pay. But the chapter leadership should send a strong signal to those members that in the unlikely event of anything, please keep it to yourself. Don't even call NEC. Don't call the local chapter. The local chapter should also not call NEC. But we seem to be dilly-dallying with these issues, and people would willfully not pay, run into problems, and then, oh, be compassionate, oh, be merciful. Maybe we have an opportunity to rethink this whole thing again. I rest my case. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Please, can I have some few seconds to make, I'm not going to ask a question because we should also look at solutions. I'm coming from a chapter where I saw about 90% of my people pay dues. And if this is an issue at Nanjing, I am asking that probably NEC would seek how they can help. Because if the old statesmen have been able to infiltrate the members such that I can even see that some executives did not even fully pay their dues, this is worrying. And Nanjing is a big chapter. So if this is to happen, we do not know what will happen in the coming years. So I would humbly ask that the NEC would probably look into helping. And I'm also, one thing that worked for us as StarUN is that I would encourage that we would design newsletters from NEC that shows activities that is happening, because my people willingly paid. And sometimes we even did programs where people who had paid dues even sponsored the game. So let us communicate to members what we are actually doing, because I believe the Ghanaian spirit is an Akwaba spirit, is a helping spirit. When they see what we are doing, they would willingly help. So irrespective of what an old statesman will come to tell them about Nugs, they have seen how Nugs is helping in these regards, and they would willingly want to pay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because of our time, I see a hand up, Mr. Michael of CN. Please, our time is fast spent, so I'll give you 30 seconds to make your contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if it was my line or something, but I wasn't clear with what she was saying by when Nick ordered all chapters to create an alumni group and create another group for the current students so that they will know their number. I don't know. I didn't hear the full explanation on that.
From the chapter president or from Congress?
Next ordered us to create an alumni group and a group for the caring students. I don't know if you quite understand what I'm trying to say.
I'm not getting your question actually.
What I'm trying to ask is she when she was talking, I don't know if I heard her correctly, but she made mention of their chapter finding difficulties in creating the alumni group and the other group that's make ordered all chapters to do.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, sure. Well noted.
The case is tight.
Oh, I'm okay. Okay, it's okay. Thank you. Yeah, so she was trying to explain that the cleanup affected the alumni in their chapter, because some were moved from that place, and even for the entire cleanup happened on the page. And I think we had explanation from Godfred and Dr. Ben to rephrase, and she explained further that it rather affected dues in the sense that because they were no longer there, they were able to get to the other members and they didn't also pay their dues and all that. So I think that is basically what she was trying to say, that they had to move non-members to the alumni page, and that caused a bit of issue. So, and that's what she was trying to say. Yeah. Thank you very much. So, Madam President, so please, in line with what you explained and what we have in the document, that means that you have to do a slight change in the write-up to explain that it has to do with the dues payment. So thank you very much. So in line with that, I humbly call on Congress for anyone to move for the acceptance of their chapter report, and then another person to second. Please, anyone to move for the acceptance of Nanjin's report, another person to second, please.
Madam Lauricia.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Please, I just had a message from Wuhan FC. If we could address this issue, then we can move on.
Mr. FC, yeah, please hold on. We need to finish up with Nanjin because we are working on their report now. So I'll call you in. Okay, please hold on. Yeah, thank you. So please, anyone to move for the acceptance of Nanjin's report. Okay. Miss Yisha, please, you have the floor.
Please, I'm not here to move for the acceptance. Can Nanjing make the changes and present it to Congress again for us to see if they have made the changes that congressmen and women asked for before we can accept their report?
Okay. 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 Well noted, please. Okay. So that is the motion now. Please, anyone seconds to this motion, then we move on to the next. Okay. Elder Godfrey, please.
Yeah, so I, Godfred for second the motion that the few changes being highlighted should be corrected, and then, yeah.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. So FC, please, you have 2 minutes. We need to read
Okay,
Jenjan's financial report, so 2 minutes, please. We are far behind time. Thank you.
One or Jeja?
I said you have 2 minutes because we need to move to Jenjan to read your report. So you have 2 minutes to address Wuhan's case. Yeah, thank you.
Please, one just sent me a message that the auditor said there's a problem with his statement. Per the records I have here, National received 1,100 from Wuhan. So I'm very confused. If the auditor can come in and talk. Thank you.
This is the auditor here. Okay. You can go ahead, Mr. Paul.
Yes, looking at the financial statement of Wuhan, I think they presented something which is more than what the national FC has, and that was what I was trying to draw the attention of the chapter FC to take a look. But then he also mentioned that what he has is correct, and if what he has is correct, then it means that there is some sort of underrepresentation on the national FC side. So that was what I wanted us to just clarify. So if Wuhan is online, yes.
I'm here. So
Wuhan statement,
yeah.
Money paid to national is 1,100.
Good. Okay.
Per their statement and per my records.
Okay.
So if you can quote the amount you are talking about,
I'll be very happy. They presented to us, I think, can they share their financial statements? But it was more than, I don't know.
Okay. Madam Vice, please, can you project the financial report for Wuhan again? Okay, thank you.
Yes, so there we have it, 2,400.
Remittance to National FC.
1,100.
No.
That's what we said to
go to payment. You are talking about receive. That is their receipt. Go to payment. Their payment is one. Go to payment. Note 4.
Scroll down.
Okay.
Out of 2,400 yen generated from membership payment of dues, we returned 1,100 to National FC. So, Paul, please, where again are you talking about?
So I just want to be clear on the 2,400. That was all I needed to understand.
Okay. So please,
yes,
1,100 was received from one. Sorry, I was out. I had a call. That's why.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. 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 So thank you very much. Please, I hope we are set on this. That means that Wuhan's statement is clear, so we can go ahead to accept it. Yeah, I think it's been clarified now. The amount sent to national tallies with what is in the report. Yeah, so maybe we can go ahead. So please, if there's no other question, I see a hand up. Let me see. Steph, Nanjing Delegate, please, do you want to talk with regards to Wuhan's issue?
No,
chapter?
Yeah,
chapter.
my chapter.
Then please hold on just a minute. Just hold on just a minute. Let's finish this one. Okay. So, in the absence of any other thing with regards to Wuhan's report, I humbly call on anyone to move for the acceptance and then another person to second. Does anyone want to move for the acceptance of Wuhan's report? Okay, I can see Miss Yisha's hand. Please, you have the floor, Miss Yisha.
All right. I shall move for the acceptance of Wuhan's report as a working document for the union. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, any seconder?
Okay. Thank you very much. I, Timothy Masune Nagriwo from Jinjan chapter, move for the acceptance of Wuhan report.
Okay, thank you very much. So, House, officially, Wuhan chapter's report has been accepted as a working document. Thank you very much and good work done, Wuhan chapter executives. So, the Nanjing president, please, you have 30 seconds to speak. Then we take the report, financial report for Zhenjiang.
Okay, so I noticed something during the submissions. I don't get. Okay, so let me start all over. So based on the challenges I made mention, I think much attention wasn't paid, or much attention wasn't paid to what I said. I think, or what I made mention was our batch of executives face several challenges, of which, in conclusion, in addition to our challenge, we said that we had a big challenge encountered during our tenure, which was a cleanup exercise. And due to this action, members or our old participants or our old members were not active. So it wasn't only based on the dues or they infiltrating the dues or whatnot. So in addition to what I have to say, was our report not accepted due to our financial issues, or was based on the challenges I did made mention of? Because I still don't get it. So I need some clarity. Because I didn't mention that it was based on the cleanup. The cleanup exercise was in addition to the fact that the old members were not active in the activities, but not only the dues. So I think a clarity needs to be made on that point. Thank you.
Okay, I see Brother Godfred's hand, so I think he was
Let
paying
me
for that
take
system.
one.
Yeah.
The dues that you totaled was 1,070, if I can still get the figure right. And then you paid, the remittance you paid was 600. And
yes,
that
and
is not 50%. That's what I talked about.
Oh, no, I did make mention that our financial controller will take it up from there. So that's I accept as an issue. Yes. So I did mention that our financial controller will take it up from there. Yes.
Okay. You wanted clarity on why. This is actually the why. Well, the problem that you mentioned, I was even saying that we should all come together to see a way to help with your chapter, because Nanjing is also us. It's all of us. What you're feeling is affecting all of us. So we actually want to suggest ways to help. But for the report not being accepted, it was on the grounds of the 1,070 and 600 not being as in a true indication of the 50%. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
We really feel your problem. That one day we all have to come together and help Nanjing.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so that means that we'll have to wait for that change from the FC as soon as possible, then we just accept it. Yes, as it has been raised by Congress now. Yeah. Okay, so Zhenjiang FC, please, you can share your screen and then report on your finances, since we didn't do that. In the next 3 minutes.
Okay. Please, can you see my screen? It's like you've disabled it, so
okay.
Who's disabled participant screen? So
Mr. Organizer, please okay. So Organizer, please can you make him a host? A co-host, yeah. Mr. Organizer. Please, can you make Timothy the co-host?
It's done.
Okay. Please, you can go ahead.
It cannot be shared. Okay.
You are not a co-host here.
Okay. All right. Please, I hope you can see it.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure. We
please.
can see it.
Yes,
We can
please.
hear you.
Yeah. This is the financial statement for Nugs-China chapter. We had a balance brought forward of 11,430.49 RMB. Then membership dues 2,300 RMB. During our Kwaba celebration, there was a donation of 40 RMB. Then we did the International Cultural Festival, which was sponsored by Overseas College, of which after our expenditure, there was a surplus of 118.16 RMB, of which we have added it into the coffers of the union. So our total receipts comes down to 13,888.65 RMB. Then our payments for the Aquaba expenditure, we spent 3,035.21 RMB. Then remittance to Nugs National, we remitted 1,150 RMB. So at the end of the day, our expenditure stands at 4,185.21 or 21 RMB, giving us a surplus now of 9,703.44 RMB as at now. And this particular amount will be handed over to the incoming executives. Our elections is yet to be held. And below is actually the breakdown of the receipts and that of the payments. The number of people or members who paid their dues in full, what is the name? We had 10. Then part payment are 3 members. Then the rest happens to be the expenditure aspect. So I think with time, I will just leave it up here. Then it was signed by myself, the FC, and that of the authorizer, that's the president, Ivan Sajay. So I think this is what I have. Just that I have a recommendation to give, which will help at least the audit in going forward. It will always be nice that the financial statements are read before the national FC reads his, so that it will not be like we are going back here, we are reading the secretary's report, come back to read the FC's report. They will now be going another day to read the what is the name, the actual financial statement of the national. So when we read actually the what is the name, the chapter level and that of the national, I think that will help in terms of their audit work than going back forth. Yeah. So I think this is what I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you for presenting your reports, Mr. Timothy. Thank you very much. Congress, please, if anyone has any question or omission or correction for the financial report for Jandian, please, you can bring it up. The floor is open. Okay, in the absence of any question for Jandian chapter, then I humbly call on anyone to move for the acceptance of their report. They already read the chapter report. That is the activity report. So the acceptance of that report, which we are I think we already accepted that one. So for acceptance of their financial report and someone to second, please, anyone can do it. Okay, Mr. Paul of Anwe, please, you can go ahead.
Yes, I, Paul of a delegate from Anwe, did you say it has already been accepted?
No, I said the other report, which is the one that has to do with their activities.
Oh, okay, so move forward.
Yes.
Okay,
For the
okay.
financial
All right.
report.
So I, Paul of a delegate from Anhui, do move for the acceptance of the financial reports of change and chapter.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Please, any seconder? Okay. Mr. Othniel of Nanchan, please go ahead.
Hi, Othniel of Nanchan, second to the acceptance of the financial reports of Jam.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So, House, the report for Jan chapter has been accepted as a working document of the union. And we have come to the end of chapter report. So we want to say a big thank you to all chapters for the good work done. Chapter secretaries, FCs, and all executives. God bless you for the good work done. So, and thank you, Congress, for your suggestions. Everything will be done as said. Thank you. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you so much, National Secretary, for facilitating the chapter report reading session. At this point, would humbly ask the media to give us a musical interlude as we do a 5-minute recess. Would we convene at exactly 6 o'clock p.m. to continue with the program? So media, kindly give us a musical interlude as we do a 5-minute recess. Thank you. Media, please give us a musical interlude, please.
Yeah, Maketima. Nasimira suketio yakakaya simasa muario Masiminya mebro na debina mobakailio Asutia se mambo ajo Asutia se mambo ajo Visa niggas, lama lamo. Visa ni warriors, amana we. Ole, what the Oka make at you? People be glad they get one set. I saw you near my yo. Asabika na sauti ya mia misime bro na debi na mumba kwa yo. Asauti ya se mambo atio. Asauti ya se mambo atio. Yeah, mama penny no dia. My name is up. Oh, man. My name is up. I know no way to do you. My name is up. What else? Oh, man. My name is up. What else?
I figure say we're doing this together. I thought we were gonna be forever. Not me home yet, but I was trying to make it better. See, got 7 miles, GV be farmed up for Stella. I guess I didn't get the memo. Minim say in the bank, you sign emo. You always want to make me feel like me bemo. Michelle once I'm recording my first demo. 2007, I'm a falling out what I would dream. And until you soon now it's like a dream. Obey baby cry, this is too extreme. And you way, guess how many people go stream? Cause a lot of niggas know exactly what I'm talking about. It might be cheating, but mema is not allowed. I swear to God, so maybe I was born faithful until the first female suddenly broke a vow.
I feel like you can be my baby.
What else?
But you don't follow, I like it, oh, God, no. I feel like you be my honey. But you go say, I know you have for your bills, yeah, Mama, I don't give up on loving. Because without you, I know I'll be love. I don't give up on one thing, nobody. I don't know what I am again. I'm a non-living thing. No, I'm a non-living thing. Without you, I'm a non-living thing. Baby, I don't exist. I don't exist without you. I'm a non-living thing.
Beginning, I thought I was tripping. But I mean, him said the time is ticking. And I could see that something was missing. Me, my woolly Betty, I never kept you in the kitchen. Cause superwoman and I believe in your vision. What else? Can't bring him home, but I was wishing. See me, because when I talk, you know the lesson. Many bema, but you took over position. Say, of allergy, the pain, I'm also with Jamie blog. We moon you be see then a boy sing your fraud. About a taco crime, me push it drug. Sika legitimate and as a blood. Now me feel say we go right until the end. Now so all along you they pretend. Damn, I guess I lost a friend. Thought I got it figured, there's a lot I need to learn.
Oh, man, why you do me so? I don't know what I do you, why you do me so? Oh, man, why you do me so? I'm not eating pay me. It be like seven hard on they feel me. I they feel it, the thing for my kidney. It they shook me, need do for my veiny. It they pay me, yo, for my brainy. I know if you do this, Stephen, can